different thicknesses. You can do dots, just that simple. Hello everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. I am joining you on the other side of the camera today to talk to you a little bit about my favorite rock painting supply, admittedly, is Posca Paint Pens. Now, paint pens aren't something that everybody always has lying around, but they're definitely something you'll always see people talk about within the rock painting communities and groups. And people ask, what are these pens? They're a little expensive. Do I want to buy these pens? Are they worth it? Will I like them? Well, to me, if you've never painted a rock before in your life or you haven't been into painting, I think these are the best things to have if you're a rock painting beginner. And I've got 5 main reasons why. We've had this post on the website for a while, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to hop on and go over them with you all. So first things first, if you're using paint pens, this is all you need. You don't need a palette, you don't need brushes, you don't even necessarily need sealer if you're keeping them indoors because it doesn't chip or come off of your rocks ever. So it's really all you need. You don't have to, lug out all this stuff. You can sit down with your rock and your pens and just paint. So that's my number 1 reason why they're great for me. Number 2 though, this one's pretty high up there. There's no cleanup. So I'm a busy mom. My kids come in and out. I'll sit down and I'll get all relaxed to paint a pen and all of a sudden somebody needs a snack or they start fighting. And guess what? I just go like this. Okay. I put my lid on and that's my cleanup. So that's it. So you don't have to worry about going and rinsing out your brushes right away so you don't ruin them or cleaning off your palettes or anything like that. And that leads to the next one is there's no waste. So I do use acrylic paint from time to time when I'm doing my rocks, but it never fails. There's a decent amount of paint though be left over on my palettes. And it dries up, but you can see it on there. So you tend to waste paint or you end up rinsing it. I like to let it dry here, but some people just rinse it down the drains. You don't have to waste all of this paint. When you're taking a break or you're in between, you just put your cap on and you walk away. Number 4, especially for beginners, we're all a little impatient. When we want to paint that rock, we really want to start painting that rock, right? They dry fast. So it's good for 2 reasons that they dry fast. 1, you can keep moving on with your design. You don't have to stop and wait and stop and wait. And the second good reason for beginners that they dry fast is if you make a mistake, you can wait for it to dry and then you just paint right over the top of it. You didn't have to wait and it didn't ruin your rock. I've done this many times. And the last thing is it makes difficult tasks that you see for rock painting a lot easier for beginners. You want to do a dot style rock? I've got 3 different sizes here. There are 3 different thicknesses. You can do dots, just that simple. Also, the fine lines, getting those nice little crisp outlines on your design, going in with a paintbrush and really getting those nice fine lines, that can be really difficult for a beginner. It's even difficult for me, and I've been painting a little bit longer. So I use my extra fine. This is the only pen I've ever had to replace. Oh, I take that back. This one and my white, the same size, are the only 2 pens I've ever had to replace because I love to give a nice crisp outline to lots of my designs. And it's as easy as what you can write with your hand. So it's great if you've never really gotten into painting, getting the brush strokes down, that can be really tricky, but if you've ever doodled or drawn in your life, grabbing a pen, a paint pen really gets it in there. So it's really fun. You can even blend backgrounds with it. That's another difficult task. Sometimes using different paints and getting out all the colors and mixing and matching them together can be tricky. But you'll see on our page, I've done sunset backgrounds, just as easily with the pens because you can just put them on. You can use the pen tips to blend them together and then clean them, or you can just use a paintbrush because they are water-based, they are non-toxic as well, but the tips actually come out. So if you get your tip dirty and you let it dry on there with a different color, pull it out and clean it, just that easy. Or you can even flip it if you've worn down your tip. So there's lots more reasons why I love these paint pens, but for sure those are my 5 most top reasons. That's not even a good sentence. Those are just the 5 main reasons why I love them and why I also think that they're amazing for beginners. So if you've thought about getting the pens and you weren't quite sure, I would say start with a small pack if you want to give them a try. But for me, I dove right in. The first set I bought was the multi-pack, and now I've got glitter ones, I've got pastel ones. I have all different colors now because you'll find they're just so easy to work with. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Make sure you're following along with Rock Painting 101. We've got lots of tutorials and lots of tips and tricks for you. So everybody have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.